Oh yes, the Sky Blues are off to Wembley.
Hey,
Hooray!
hello.
Claudio, how
I've
are
got,
you?
I'm great. I've got my 87 regalia behind me. Flag, scar, hat.
Well, first of all, congratulations from obviously all the championship clubs and Toast Talk, obviously, for what was a stunning result. We watched the game and massively enjoyed it. The best quarterfinals I've seen for a long time, especially the championship club against a Premier League side. How did you enjoy it? You were there, of course. Talk us
Yeah.
through the last emotions, the last 3 minutes of that game.
I mean, we took the lead and we thoroughly deserved to take the lead. And with about 8 minutes to go, you're just thinking, come on, boys, just hold out now. You've done the job. This is great. And then all of a sudden, it was like the carpet had been swept, taken underneath your feet, and you flatten your face on the floor. It's like, how has this happened that we're 2-1 down? I turn around to my mate and I says, I reckon we've still got about 12 minutes we must get at least one chance. And then, wow, the last 3 minutes was just sensational. And it was well, richly deserved. It was just, I thought it's the best I've seen us play for a long time from start to finish. I mean, we've been asking for a 90 minutes like that. We've had plenty of 45 minutes and plenty of 20-minute spells, but never the whole 90. And I think it was really good against a very good side. I mean, I know they had players missing, but Wolves are top eight in the Premier League. They've got decent players.
Yeah, I know the commentary team at the time was saying if Wolves had won this, how unfair it would have been, and absolutely, though well deserved. We're going to preview the Huddersfield game, which is your next game, coming up Good Friday, and we've got Mark with us to do that. Mark, good evening, Mark.
Good evening. You all
Yeah,
right?
yeah, not too bad. I'm sure you're not looking forward to the visit of Coventry, but we'll come on to that in a second. Claudio, then we've been talking a lot about younger fans wanting to draw a big team, so they finally got their wish, and it's Man United at Wembley. Looking forward to that one.
I am actually. I mean, out of all I mean, it was a great draw. What with Liverpool losing, which meant we would have had Liverpool, which I think it would have been game over. I think we've got a little bit of a chance with this because with Man United, and also if it had been Chelsea, you don't know what you're going to get, do you? You know, Man City, we'd have had 5% possession and that would have been it. It'd been such a ball fest. But I think with Man United, with their defence, which can at times be all over the place, we've got a chance. And watching Maguire at the weekend, I think he's pulled out the next England game. He doesn't like being run at, does he? And if we run at them, we've got a chance. I think you could meet fire with fire, get involved. I want Fernandes to have the worst game ever by us hounding him basically, and him getting upset. If we upset them, we've got a great chance. I think.
Could be rolling around on floor.
Well, exactly.
Yeah, he's a disgrace.
So
We'll certainly be previewing that game in a couple of weeks' time. Can I ask you directly, Ellis Simms, was that the best game he's had in a Coventry shirt?
I think so. Yeah. And what's interesting, I sit when I'm at the CBS, I sit further back, and we're about 8 rows from the front, and it's interesting to see how much physical strength he has actually got when you see it close up, and how much he gets pushed around by defenders. But when you're high up, you don't really see all that, and you kind of think he doesn't really get a break with the referees watching this close up. But he just seemed really up for it. He's a strange lad because he never looks over enthusiastic, does he? It's almost too cool. It's weird. I mean, he doesn't
Even his
celebrate.
celebrations were muted, weren't they, for some
Yeah,
reason?
it's weird. It's not you're allowed to celebrate. Don't be embarrassed. He's getting there, and I mean, I've been at interviews with him, and he's a gently spoken lad. He's quite quiet. Is no bravado for the size that he is at all. And well, if this is the start of good things, then long may it continue.
Also, just as a side note, I didn't know Casey Palmer could sprint that fast. I thought he was going to do his hamstring in that.
It always does.
Well, I mean, unfortunately, he's out of the semi-final now because he's suspended because of that yellow card.
Yeah.
which is an absolute tragedy because the United player, because he got 2 yellows and a red, he gets suspended for the next game. Whereas if it's only 2 yellows in the competition, you get suspended in the next cup match, which is a ridiculous ruling, isn't it? Really. So he'd have been better off once he got booked was to swear at the referee
Yeah. Do a Sorba Thomas.
Yeah, and got a red. I mean, it's a joke. Surely it should just carry on. That's how it should be, shouldn't it? It should to the next game, not drag it, to the next cup match. I mean, to miss the semi-final for Celebrate is ridiculous.
All right, let's preview the next FA Cup final you've got then, or Cup final, which is the start of your 8-game run now to hopefully get promoted. That starts at the John Smith Stadium on Friday. Happy memories of playing Huddersfield, Claudio?
Well, to be fair, we haven't played them much since the start of the 70s. I think we went, it must have been 50-something years before we played them again because we seemed to miss each other. This season was poor at home. I mean, we let them score right to death, didn't we? There's a lot of draws with Huddersfield.
Mark, tell the Coventry fans just briefly what sort of form Huddersfield are in, because you were going flying high, then your manager came in, had a couple of wins, and now you're on a bit of a downturn.
You just don't know what we're going to get. I mean, we've won 8 games all season, and Coventry seem to be beating teams like us around quite comfortably, like 2-1s, 3-2s and stuff. But Coventry got to the playoff final last season, and Mark Robins, to be fair, has done an amazing job down at Coventry. The stuff is done down there, and I think it's just built this culture of just being together down at Coventry, and I think just because of that, really, I think that's what's going to get them over the line on Friday. I just think that just team effort and they'll still be buzzing from that bloody Wolves game, but they'll be absolutely buzzing and say, right, let's go to town. And I dare say Coventry will sell out their away end tomorrow, on Friday, and they'll be backed. And that's the thing, innit? Like I said earlier, I'd rather be playing Coventry away on Monday, just from a town point of view, just so we could get something out of it, because I still think Coventry will turn them over. I just think Coventry and the top 6 team, but we're not the bottom 6 team either. But I think we'll end up just outside playoffs, unfortunately. But I think we're good enough to beat a town team which just don't seem to have an identity at the moment. Don't seem to have a group togetherness or anything. And yeah, that's kind of where that is, really.
Yeah, not good times for town. Claudio, if you beat Huddersfield, that'll be your 8th win since the turn of the year, which will match the same number of wins Coventry got from August to December. So what is it about the New Year's celebrations for Coventry that have really pushed this team into a force? Can you put anything down that you've seen from the terraces which is different from the start of the year? Because when you played each other last time, Huddersfield were just above you.
Yeah, and I think with Mark Robins, every season, the last 7 seasons, been this similar. After Christmas, we've sort of started to move on a bit. The year we got promoted from League 1 was the COVID season, but we hadn't won an away game until December. And then we couldn't stop winning away from home until we even won at Ipswich. I think it was the last away game before COVID. And, we definitely kick on in the second half of the season. Now, whether or not that's because, Mark Robins has always said it needs a bit of time. I think this is the 4th squad he's built, I think, in the 7 years. So maybe that's what it is. It's just getting the players to play the way he wants to play. Obviously, we changed the formation a few times. We saw the 4 at the back again against Wolves, which you can see the difference when we play with the 4. I think it's just him and the coaching staff working with the players and getting them to play the way he wants them to play, and eventually it starts to click. It's great, isn't it, from our point of view? I mean, I've been following for 53 years. I think this is like the last 7 years. I keep saying it's the best I can really remember for consistency, basically, where you feel like you turn up and you actually feel like you can win a game of football. Whereas years ago, it was like, oh, how many are you going to concede? Well, you just didn't really feel it. You just thought this is going to be a slog. But the confidence, we're just confident. And I mean, Huddersfield, we sold out our allocation at the first phase, so it's absolutely nuts. The fans are behind it as well, so it's just brilliant.
Yeah, Coventry fans have been applauded wherever they go. All right, let's get some predictions off you then. Coventry have not lost at this at Huddersfield since 1971. Granted, you've not played each other that many times.
Yeah,
but a great record over Huddersfield. Let's get some predictions. 1-1 last time out. Mark, you go first. You're the home team.
yeah. Just going back to consistency, what Claudio was saying there, I think Coventry have had in the last 7 years what Town haven't had. And it's that consistency of just building and just getting stronger. And, fair play to Matt Robbins, who were here, and I don't think he was given enough time, but, fair play to him. And on that consistency, because we're so inconsistent, I think it'll be an away win. I think 2-1 to Coventry.
Claudio?
I'm sitting on the fence. I just think I think it could be after Lord Mayor's show. I feel with the international break, the interruption of that, I could see us playing really well, but somehow drawing 1 each.
Okay. All right. Well, we're looking forward to it. It's going to be a fascinating one. Thank you both for joining us. We'll catch you in a week's time or so, where we are on the home straight, aren't we now? Then 6 games to go to the end of the season. Just very quickly asking you both, club versus country rows reappeared this week. Claudio, for you, would you rather see England win the Euros or Coventry be promoted?
Well, definitely, because I follow Italy.
Oh, sorry, yeah. Rewind. Yeah.
Every time, Coventry. Every time, club.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah,
Mark, same question.
You want to see Town win everything, but do you know what? I'd like to see England win something in my lifetime. We've been to the Premier League, it was rubbish. So yeah, I like to see England win Euros, probably against Italy in final.
Yeah.
And get Zabaleta or whatever it is sent off that bloody chokehold and Saka. Disgraceful behaviour, man.
We ain't getting to the final this time, I'll tell you that now. It ain't gonna happen.
But if you can have both in one season, brilliant.
No. Okay, cheers, fellas. Thank you very much for watching, Coventry fans. Obviously, please got comments below what your score predictions will be for this weekend's game, or this Friday's game, isn't it? I should say. Okay, enjoy the game, fellas, and thank you very much for watching.
Thank you.